Reviewing resumes and applications is an important step in your hiring process. If you have spread the word about your position and posted your job announcement in several places, you should start to see applications being submitted within a few days. The steps outlined in this session will help you find the most qualified candidates in that pool and set up your interview process to be efficient and successful. In this session, we will take a closer look at successful strategies for reviewing resumes and applications. The information contained here has been prepared by Civitas Strategies and is not intended to constitute legal, tax, or financial advice. The Civitas Strategies team has used reasonable efforts in collecting, preparing, and providing this information, but does not guarantee its accuracy, completeness, adequacy, or currency. The publication and distribution of this information are not intended to create, and receipt does not constitute, an attorney-client or any other advisory relationship. Reproduction of this information is expressly prohibited. Only non-commercial uses of this work are permitted. Today's conversation will focus on how to approach reviewing resumes and applications. We will consider how using a scorecard can help this process and learn more about the benefits of conducting short introductory calls for vetting candidates. First, we will discuss assessing resumes and screening your candidates. Reviewing applications can be more of an art than a science. While you want to be diligent in your review system, you also want to balance your needs and desire for the ideal candidate with keeping an open mind regarding backgrounds or qualities that don't match the usual path. In addition, you want to be alert to any red flags, even in this competitive market. We will start at the beginning to make sure your system is in alignment, then walk through a helpful tool to support your resume review and triage. This will bring some structure to your process, some science to complement the art. Your application review process starts before anyone even applies. A successful search begins with the application itself. Spend some time in this initial stage, tailoring the application to solicit what you're actually looking for. Be as clear and specific as possible about expectations, needs, and any business preferences you may have. From that information, you can build a candidate scorecard, which will aid you in the review process as applications begin to come in. The scorecard takes the essential qualifications and skills you are looking for and the unique needs of your business and becomes a tool you can use to prioritize applicants. This clear and specific guidance can be helpful as you begin the screening process. How do people normally look at resumes? They leaf through them one by one, merely scanning them as they go, or they are assigned to someone else who may not be as familiar with the hiring process or the criteria for the position. A scorecard helps avoid this triage method of resume review, while at the same time prioritizing the applications. Since the information in it comes directly from your job announcement, it takes the guesswork out of your review process. And this scorecard is relatively easy to put together. A scorecard provides guidance and parameters for the review process. As you review each application, you can prioritize and rank it for next steps. This process also helps reduce blind spots or unconscious biases that are natural in reviewing resumes. To put this tool together, you can use a spreadsheet, such as Excel or Google Sheets. The first column will have the names of each candidate, and the rows at the top will contain those essential requirements, skills, and competencies you've outlined for the role. Ideally, each criteria on your scorecard is weighted based on the most important things you are looking for in an ideal candidate, so scoring your applications on your scorecard allows you to triage for the next stages of the process. Here's an example of what a scorecard could look like. Note the different columns on which the candidate is assessed. Notice how there's a number value for each column and that some things are required, whereas others are preferred. As applications and resumes come in, measure each against the criteria you added on your scorecard, then score them using the designated point values. Once these values are added together, the score will reveal the candidates who most closely match what you're looking for. If you still have questions or want to narrow the list even further, you can use short intro calls to gather additional information. There are several benefits to using a scorecard. It takes the guesswork out of your review process, saving you time and energy along the way by keeping you focused on the most important criteria you need for your hiring. It also reduces bias, since everyone is compared to the same measurement. In addition, the straightforward nature of the tool makes it easier for another trusted team member to help you with reviewing and scoring. Finally, as mentioned earlier, you can add an application screening to your process to help narrow down the candidate pool. Screening provides additional information to help separate applicants that seem similar on paper and can help answer any questions you have from the application packet you received. Screening conversations can be done by phone or virtually. If possible, schedule these so that the candidate has time to prepare for their conversation with you. Overall, this process saves time and gives you the information you need to make a decision. These conversations usually have 4 parts. First, confirm the key requirements of the position with the candidate, including necessary requirements, required location and schedule if applicable, and salary and benefits. Next, ask any clarifying questions you have about the candidate's resume or experience. At this stage, these questions should be specific and provide additional details you might need before a formal interview. Third, offer to answer any questions the candidate may have. Candidates often ask about next steps. Your response can communicate that you need time to determine next steps, but you will follow up with them either way. Finally, confirm that the candidate is still interested in the position and would like to move forward with the application process. You may have asked this at the beginning of the conversation, but it is a good idea to confirm at the end after you have given details and answered the candidate's questions. This process will help finalize your top candidates. These will be the ones you want to get to know more through the interview process. The sessions presented in this series is built on our structured system of recruiting and hiring, called Lean Recruitment, which was conceptualized and built by Civitas Strategies, President and CEO, Gary Romano. Lean recruitment is specifically designed to support small businesses in this area, and over the last few months, we have been increasingly tailoring lean recruitment concepts and best practices for childcare providers. To give you a little bit of context, in our work nationwide, both in early education and childcare, and with other clients we work with, we bear witness to workforce challenges that small business face every day. Our goal in designing this series was to support childcare business owners in meeting workforce recruiting challenges that you have today. Coming up in Session 5, we will discuss ways to find out what you need to know about a candidate during the interview process.